Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stage Heroism. This is our one shot of Stage Heroism in coordination with Nerdburger Games, which we're really excited about. It will be a 2 hour one shot, so pretty quick game in comparison to some of the other ones that we do. But before we get things kicked off, we have a new face on the show. Right in center screen, we've got our showrunner, JK Myth. How are you? Welcome to Roll For It.
Glad to be here. I've heard so much about this. And to my friend Rob, who's watching from home, he's one of your biggest fans. And
Aw.
he saw my
Aw.
tweet about it. And he goes, "That is one of my favorite shows. I love that show." And so, so hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
Special shout out for Rob.
Well, we're really appreciative of having you. It's my first time getting to play with you, so I'm excited as well. I always like meeting new people in the tabletop RPG space. But before we kind of go right into the show, and of course you see some of our other familiar faces. Miss Magitech's back, Cobalt Shriek is back, and Academic Foxhole is with us. And I'm sorry in advance if I sound a little different. I'm a little sick. But we do have our monthly recap that is out if you'd like to go check that out over on our Patreon, as well as our NPC name post, and many, many Ascension goodies are coming along the way. So if you haven't checked out some of those, you definitely should. And of course, we play all of our games using Roll20, and you'll be seeing that in our dice box on this side. So that is that. In regards to supporting us, there are other ways to support us. Of course, the first and foremost link is through our sponsorship link today for Stage Heroism, if we can get that popped into chat. If you click that link, that not only supports us, but it also supports Stage Heroism. And if you'd like to become a backer, you can hop on over there. And if you're really enjoying the show as you go through and watch us play through the game, we definitely recommend going and backing the game. There's a lot of cool rewards that will unlock, and it would be cool to be able to maybe unlock something throughout this weekend. Beyond that, if you'd like to support us, you can support us over on Patreon. That is the best way because you get a ton of rewards in return for supporting us. The other ways are also here on Twitch, where you get some cool emotes, as well as over on YouTube. You can become a YouTube member and get cool emotes over there. And beyond that, you can follow us on all of our social media channels. We have all of them, so follow us at Roll For It. We always keep you up to date on everything that's going on, all the cool shows that we have, etc. And I think that is going to kick us right off into our show. So I will toss it over to you, dear showrunner.
All right. So for our audience who's watching from home, we're going to be playing in the game Stage Heroism, which is our tribute to one of our favorite cartoon shows of all time, Venture Brothers. Stage Heroism is set in a universe where super science, superheroes, secret agents, all of that. It's not so much that it's common, but it's expected. It's where people going to get Starbucks in their hometown would not be the least bit surprised to be waiting in line behind a demon from another dimension who is arguing with the barista, who is secretly a member of an old secret society of agents. So, and the game also draws upon one of the core themes of failure, as in sometimes you either live up to your ideals or you don't, and sometimes you save the day, but did you really? So for today's adventure, we are going to be following the exploits of a K-pop styled group, which I believe when we settled upon the name, you went with Singamajig. Is that what we want to be on?
Although our Pink Puma over there had come up with another option.
I did.
What was the other option?
Blue pink, because some of us are in pink, some of us are in blue, and that's a very K-pop name.
I agree, it is. For reasons.
For reasons.
Just totally not a band name similar. No.
Yeah.
There's not a very cool band that might have a similar name. Maybe.
I love
really
it.
Good.
So
The truth is we couldn't all agree on a name for a long time, and it caused a lot of tension in the band. Yeah. So
we could have been Singamajig.
Yeah.
I think it should have been the Mystic Morphers and crew.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
See, I feel like this is part of the problem we've had.
That's not me, Maggie. Yes. That's my character. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, so to get this started, so our audience at home knows who our intrepid singers, dancers, and everyone else associated with this band is. I'm just going to go down the road real quick and just going to have 3 quick questions and just answer them just give your brutal off-the-cuff answer, and that'll just let us know who you are and how you relate to everyone else in the party. So, let's see, Margaret, what is your character's name?
My character's name is Mystic Morpher.
And what are you known for in the group?
And in the band?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think she is known for publicly as just like one of the singers/dancers in the band, but in her heart, she's the lead of everything.
And why do you think the band broke up?
Because they all suck, duh.
All right, so
Tracy over there just saw her, like, exclaim with her hands.
I love this already. I just want you to know it. That's all. I'm already full of joy.
Okay, so Tracy, who are you?
I am Serendipity, our backup dancer.
Okay, so you're known for being the backup dancer?
Yes, I am now. To give a little background, I once was on a rising star, and I did want to do a solo career for a very long time. And my agents had told me that was, what was going to happen. And then I signed a contract and I sold my soul, and now I am a backup dancer. So it's very unfortunate.
A backup dancer for eternity, it sounds like.
Yes, I didn't read the fine print, and and so what happened was, when I was there, I told them that I wished that I could stay in this moment forever, because I was at the top and I was just like, I want to stay here forever. And sure enough, I was granted special abilities to stay in things forever, but at a cost that I will forever be in the background.
I'm loving that. That is amazing.
Don't sign contracts, everybody.
Or at least get somebody to read them first.
Yes.
I'm like,
get a lawyer.
Actually, everyone here did sign contracts, so.
That's true.
The fine print is now
read it.
Rollfort owns your soul. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no! Oh, that's what that was. I was like, where did my soul go? Why is there a place with the roll for it logo? That's weird. My tattoo got shifted. It was awesome.
Tracy, why do you think the band broke up?
I think the band broke up because we have a leader who is not a leader.
Oh, so much shade. Yes. Yes.
Okay, and so Miles, who are you?
Hey everybody, I'm Miles Standoffish. Just a member of the band like a normal person. In no way am I actually a secret agent who's here undercover trying to expose the health, work, and safety violations of the pop industry. I'm in no way a secret agent. I'm just your regular band member, everybody. Miles Standoffish. Not at all the Pink Puma. This, by the way, is my recording device where I record the evidence of criminal behavior and workplace safety violations.
I heard that exactly as the opening to an anime, or even like a kid's cartoon show in the morning.
100.
So what are you known for?
All right, you and I can talk, just no one's listening, right?
Yeah, it's a secure frequency.
Great. So I'm unfortunately known for being the cute one, which is terrible. People take photographs of me all the time, and they make like fan fiction of me all the time, and they make drawings of me all the time, and they're following me all the time. Do you know how difficult it is to be undercover and do undercover things when everyone is following you all the time?
Constantly.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very difficult.
Okay, then why do you think the band broke up?
Oh, I actually wasn't paying attention, but I'm sure it's our manager, because anytime anything bad happens, it's always the manager. Did you see what kind of contracts they've had us sign? I think I'm fine, because after all, it's a fake name that I'm using. But when the band broke up, I kind of got in trouble with my agency because, I couldn't do my job. So I'm really excited to get back in this band so that I could finally take down our manager.
All right. So, Cobalt, who are you?
Hello, my name is Chaz. My superhero name is Sprints, and I am the hero slash leader of the band, which apparently is not that great of a position to be in right now, considering my cohorts over here. And yeah, I'm a hero, and that kind of helped bring notoriety to the band because I'm kind of known for fighting crime, but my true passion lies in singing and dancing, and that's what I want to dedicate my life to, despite my family lineage of like being heroes and the expectations set upon me to kind of follow in those footsteps. So I'm just doing my best to hold the team together like the glue, like a leader would.
Wait,
like
did they make you drink the energy drink to become a superhero? Because that's crazy.
I think I just drank so many and I got so addicted to them that my powers just kind of manifested towards that like energy jittery kind of.
Okay.
I'm very distracted.
I just feel like Chaz has got some like Judy Garland energy going on where like our manager's like, here, have another energy drink, have another one. I just feel we got to go take down the manager. Hey, everybody. I love this band.
Doing like spins, like grabbing the energy drink and bursting into dance, doing the band's choreographing. And
we used to have a sponsor that was energy drink.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And a lot of commercials and stuff. Yeah.
Go Juice.
Yeah.
You want to go fast like Chaz. And
All right. And why do you think the band broke up?
You know, I really think that we just didn't have enough passion. We don't have enough team spirit. So we just need everybody to really just have some inner reflection. And is this really what you want to do? Do you want to be here? Is this what you want to dedicate your life to? We need more passion, guys. We need to have enough passion.
So you're bringing like a Friday Night Lights attitude to a K-pop band.
Yes, exactly. We need teamwork and passion, and if we work better together, then everything will just fall into place and it'll work out, guys. And I'm the positive pillar, that we can all rally around. And I also run into walls.
I'm just imagining you handing out energy drinks as you're doing this. Like, yeah, drink this.
Oh, by the way, have some Go Juice. It's really good. It's really good. I drink it all the time, and I drink it for breakfast, and it's really what makes me fast. Yeah.
All right. So it's been a few years since the band broke up. Your albums are still doing really well, though. You're on Spotify's top 20 list relatively routinely. All of your YouTube videos have at least made 1 million views by now. You're starting to fall off, though. Like, people are starting to like remember you. Like, you used to have your music appear in like major movies, and now it's being used in car commercials. And you're relatively sure the next time you're going to hear your music will be at the Tilt-A-Whirl at a fairground. So it's not bleak right now, but you're noticing your stars are starting to dim a little bit. But that's when you all receive an email. It's from the estate of your former manager, letting you know that your manager has passed away, and he was such a critical person in the recording industry that they're actually going to be doing a big benefit for him, which will also benefit the Minions of Super Science charity benefit concert. It's for the minions who get like exposed to radiation, metamorphic compounds, soul-sucking demons in the line of work. And you're going to be one of the acts that are showing up. And you're going to be there alongside your rivals, Shadowcat Superstar, who are basically you, but instead of blue and pink, it's more like black and red. So
what?
They were your fiercest rival.
Shadowcat
Superstar with 2 exclamation points, not 3 or 1, 2.
Hey, I have a question. So cool. For no reason, though, we wouldn't happen to be doing this concert in either one of the 2 countries that really cool secret agency, InterOSHA, the International Office for Workplace Safety and Health Administration, has jurisdiction, San Marino and Alba, would we? for no reason. I'm just wondering, will it be there in those countries?
It's interesting you mentioned that. It is in San Marino.
Nice.
Yes. I feel like I might be able to actually arrest someone this time. For the first time in 25 years, pretending to be somebody who's about 19 still. I might actually be able to do it this time.
That's
Cool.
actually a pretty good feat.
It's moisturizing.
All right. So for all of you, this will be like the first time you've like seen each other, probably like in person in several years. You're all being flown in on private jets. You're recording specifically on an island just in the bay of, I'm going to say San Marino City because I don't know what their capital would be.
I think it's too small. I picked two of the smallest countries in the world.
But yeah, you're flown in on private jets. These jets have every affordable luxury to them. They're really nice. You're also, if you want to take your own private jet, you're allowed to do that. If you even have a private jet, if you're coming in on like bus fare, that's fine too. So pretty much all of your handlers are directing you into this massive recording compound, which was made after an old castle, but it's got like streamers hanging off the signs, huge banners everywhere, and they're setting up spotlights. You've still got about 8 hours before you have to go on stage, but there's already people walking through the streets. You're just being driven through the streets in limos straight into the building. You see tons of your fans. You see a lot of those Shadowcat Superstar fans walking around. You all are pretty much arrive near the same time. Who thinks that they would arrive first?
Me.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm here. I'm early. I'm always early.
All right. They take you to this big green room, which is actually green. And there's all kinds of food and champagne everywhere. And there's 4 large like chairs just in the middle of the room. So you're just gonna come in, just sit down and chill.
I'll do a round, scope everything out, go around the room real quick, and maybe drop some energy drinks by the champagne, just in case anybody else wants a couple of options for different beverages. And then I'll go have a seat and I'll wait for my friends, all my old friends to join us. And so excited.
I think that I'm
band back
actually
together. And
I think that I'm surveilling the place, so I'm gonna probably arrive last, but I'm already there. Like I'm like hiding in the wings with a trench coat, so nobody knows that I'm there yet. And I'm like observing who's coming in and who's coming out.
I would say I come next, and I'm in my my staple pink hair, as I've always had pink. A lot of the other members may have dyed their hair, but I've always had pink hair. I'll let it be known, in case any,
She's
Pink
like,
Puma.
my hair's natural. Okay.
Yeah. Pink Puma. I don't know if you always had pink hair, but
I've always had pink hair. It's a wig because I'm undercover. No, this is not a wig. This is my actual hair, everybody.
So I come in and I the typical, when the celebrity arrives, they have their sunglasses and they're wearing kind of more baggy clothes, but I have 2 giant suitcases that I'm lugging with all of my stylish clothes in it. And I head in.
All right. You see, God, you gave me like 3 names for your character. Heels was the derogatory one, right?
Yes. Chaz or Sprints. Chaz is like my band name. Sprints is my superhero name, my hero name. So
You see Chaz.
Chaz? Oh my God. It's you. It's you. You look the same.
you look a little older, but you look great.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I
a long time.
It has been. It's so good to see you. I can't believe it.
Can't wait. We're going to sing. We're going to dance. We're going to have so much fun. It's going to be great.
I'm so ready. So did you bring all of your like outfits, or is this like just what you're wearing?
Yeah, I mean, I have like a bag. I packed a bag, but this is mostly it. You always have such great suggestions for what to wear. So
yeah. We'll work on that.
Fair enough. I left some drinks over by the champagne. I don't know if you need to wake up anymore or what.
You know what? You know what? Sure. Today I'll do an energy drink. I'll do one of the ones that you usually have.
Great. They're so good. You're going to love it. It's going to get you pumped up for the show. We're going to have so much fun.
All right, who would come in next? Would that be you, Margaret?
So I got a thing that I'm gonna do, but I'm down with showing up next or at the same
We've already been
time
there.
as our lovely secret agent.
Yes.
You see, instead of how like other people have come in fashion or whatever, Mystic Morpher comes in Mystic Morphering. So she starts off as like a piece of paper that someone's holding onto that's a flyer, and then you see that kind of like float off, and then it she's like a drink and one of those energy drinks that someone's holding on to as a can. Like she just like transforms into all these things that you see people in the crowd that are the Shadow Cat Superstar fans are holding. She and as she leaves each of these people, you see their demeanor change. And then she appears and she walks in and she just like stands in the middle of the crowd and kind of like twirls around and like makes a bunch of sparkles and then disappears and shows up in the green room. Like, what do you call it? Magical Girl style.
Yes.
I love the over-the-top entrance because that's just perfect, especially since your audience is 3 people.
Yeah, probably.
All right, does the pink Puma?
Pew, pew.
I don't mind whatever you. Sorry, I don't know why you'd say call me the Pink Puma. I'm Miles Standoffish, just regular band member. That's all. I'm in no way a secret agent. So after I take notes and record everything that's happening when people going in and out, I put my recorder down. I take off my trench coat, and then I just walk in. Just like you do, not at all being suspicious. And I walk in humming one of our own tunes, this band's on fire, because I write a lot of the lyrics, some of them. I mean, I sometimes write the lyrics for some of our songs. It's kind of exciting. Hey, everyone.
It's
Oh
Miles.
my God,
It's Miles.
Miles.
Hey,
Everybody's here. My dream's coming true again.
Oh my God, Mystic.
So nice to see you all. And she'll like go up and she'll hug each of you.
Oh,
Like the most
hey.
gentle hug.
It's been more years than I can even imagine since we've been together. Hey, Chaz, I notice there are a lot of energy drinks over there on the table. Where'd you get them now that our manager's dead?
Well, I still have some left over from when we used to go touring all the time. I just save them. I have a whole closet full of them, so it was easy grabbing a couple and bringing them here.
Oh, I'll just go pick up one because I like to do what everyone else is doing. And I go and I just check the expiration date
Yeah.
to see if this is a safe thing.
I was just gonna say, is expiration date okay?
As I'm just drinking it.
They're close to expiring. But also, the moment you walk over to pick one up, you notice there's a guy standing there. He is really tall and really skinny. And at first, you're like shocked by seeing him, but then you remember who he is. This is Barnaby, and he is the roadie that used to follow you around. He had multiple job titles. A lot of them you can't remember depending on how you treat your road crew. But he hands you immediately, like a brand new can of the energy drink.
Hey, thanks, Barnaby. Have you had any workplace injuries recently? I'm just
No.
asking.
No.
Cool. Thanks.
And that is his demeanor, by the way. His demeanor has always been the short responses. He walks around the room offering people drinks. It's whatever you want. It can be as elaborate as you want. It's then that the door opens and a very tired and stressed looking woman walks in. And you recognize her as Camilla RJ. And she is AJ RJ's daughter, your manager's daughter. And she kind of like, is like talking to the phone like, yeah, they're all here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're all here. Okay, bye. Great to see you all. How's everyone feeling? You excited for performing?
Yeah.
Of course.
Always.
Yeah, great. I'm just really sad about your dad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, super
so
sorry.
sudden. he had a massive heart attack, which is weird because I don't know. I never really thought of him having a heart before, but it was really tragic. And I do have some bad news. You're no longer the headlining act.
What?
What do you mean?
What?
So due to some last minute negotiations, you're going on technically first. I mean, that's good. You want to go on first.
First? Nobody cares about the first act.
Doesn't
Or
that
the
make us
second.
the opening act? Like the act that goes on that people didn't actually arrive for? They're like walking in?
Yeah. Like all of the cool people don't even arrive in the first like hour of a show.
Yeah, they're taking this time to get ready so they can be fashionably late.
But it means you get to enjoy the second act if you want.
Hey, how many acts are there?
To watch other people. They come here to watch me.
Just
right.
I mean, us. Yeah.
You.
Us. Yeah.
There's just the two, and I before you overreact, I just want you to know that you're getting a good 45 minutes of playtime before the big. Like the second act has to play for like 2 hours with like a big intermission. That sounds exhausting.
It's only like 2 of our songs, though. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean the dance breaks take up a lot of time in our songs.
I spent a lot of time with them doing that choreography.
And we got the light show to like work perfectly with all of the sticks.
Well, maybe you could just cut back on some choreography. I mean, the people over at Shadowcat Superstar, they might have some tips.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, they're the headliners now. Did I mention that?
Okay.
I don't like those guys.
Who made this decision? Who made the decision?
It's the venue owner. He kind of made the decision.
Who's the venue owner? Can we speak to him?
He's a little busy and he's kind of a little intimidating, but yeah, sure. If you want, do you want me to tell you where his office is or do you want me to send him here?
We'll head to his office. It's fine.
Also, I just have a quick question. I'm a little concerned, not for the band or anything. This is just totally natural and normal, but I feel like a 2+ hour set kind of is unsafe for their vocals and maybe also their ankles and their knees. That seems like an unsafe thing for them to do. It feels like really we should equal out the time.
Well, I mean, we can mention it.
Okay, because I'm just worried about also if we cut a lot of the songs, we're also going to cut a lot of the lyrics that I wrote. And, I worked hard on those. People remember the lyrics. I mean, this band is on fire. We say this band is on fire. This band is on fire. Desire rhymes with fire. This band is on fire. Those were really great lyrics. Yeah, right? And then dance moves. Yeah.
Everybody loves that dance. Like I see so many videos of people doing that dance. Like that is the staple song and the staple dance. And we need a full set time for that. We can't.
The shadow rumps can't match our poise and grace and vocals and dance moves. They just can't. This is ridiculous.
It's enough what you noticed that
where is his office?
If you go to like the basement floor, it's all the way at the end. You can't miss it. It's got like this weird cave thing going on. Like it's like a new thing. It's got some lights and looks cool, but Dr. Rockstar is a little eccentric.
Dr. Rockstar.
I love the name.
Note. Check out the safety regulations on having a cave as an office. I suspect they probably don't have really good fire safety rules in a cave, nor will there probably be the right kind of air conditioning. Check this for later.
One time I was running really fast through a cave and it caused a cave in, and then I had to rescue a bunch of people. It was really weird. You shouldn't run really fast through caves. It's not safe.
You made it happen and then you
No. I didn't say that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
No. I saved them. Totally saved them. I ran really fast.
A workplace safety violation. Check in on this later.
Anyway, let's go talk to Dr. Rockstar. I got a lot to say to him. I'm sure all you guys want to figure out what's going on too.
Yeah.
All right. So the whole place is just swarmed with reporters and with the crew setting up for tonight. As you walk down the hallway, occasionally someone like stops to try to get a selfie with you. Do you guys stop for selfies at all?
Always.
Yes.
I try to obscure my face so that you cannot see it because I am undercover. So I'm just like,
Chaz, autograph, Chaz.
Yeah, I didn't ask for his autograph.
I just like sign one of their foreheads real quick. Chaz.
I transform into the pen and put my name instead.
Oh.
oh,
Wow, what a great trick! But you signed the wrong name.
I try to avoid selfies, and I'm like mysteriously always like just behind serendipity or just behind, just like it's just the bad optics all the time. I try real hard.
Somehow they always get you right in transition, and so it's like
Yeah.
full on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there are all these like, I feel like there's like way too many like candid shots where I just look really great, but I'm trying not to.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
All right. This is a good way for us to start with the system. So as you guys are walking through the hallways, I would like for everybody to roll their thinkery. So in stage heroism, we've got 4 main attributes. That's charm, physicality, luck, and thinkery. And these are meant to be brought on purpose so that, you know, whatever you need the attribute to work for. So you have all the room to play with. And so for this one, the roll is related more towards what you guys might notice on your way down to the basement.
Okay. I roll a 12.
And we're rolling. And when we're doing this, are we adding that number, or are we adding just rolling that many dice?
You roll that many dice and you add in the number on your stat.
Okay.
But this is not a no roll. This is a notice roll. So
Yeah.
a 12.
Oh, you guys have
Okay.
zeros on your thing? I thought you had the thinkery.
I do have 2 plus 2. So I added the 2 to it. 12.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
Thinkery is my word. I have 0 thinkery.
I think I have the best thinkery, but some people are very fast. It's the energy drinks. I think it really helps, you know.
Your cognitive skills.
Yes.
Magitech, you rolled 2d20, not 2d10.
Oh yeah. Then I fixed that and rolled 2d10 a little bit later down.
Mine's a plus
Like,
one.
wow,
not
that's a
plus
really good roll.
two. And so I have a 4. I rolled really bad.
I rolled a 14.
I'm oblivious to anything other than myself.
All right. So, but with the 4, you do get to add 1 roll to your failure bank, which the failure bank represents the fact that sometimes you are just not going to succeed that much during the adventure, but you can re-roll dice later on, especially if you really need to make it later on in the adventure.
Okay.
And then for, let's see what else we got here.
Geez, 2 10s. You crit. You
That's a crit
Woo!
right there.
Yeah,
That is-
rolling.
that is a
I was
crit.
like, this is my worst
Yeah,
stat.
there's a
Oh,
crit.
no.
There is a crit feature.
Yeah. So with the crit, you get a boon, which is something narrative that you can apply to the scene right now. You can either use it to set up something later on, or it could be you can try to get more information or a more spectacular effect on what you were doing. Because you're trying to notice all the information around you as you're heading to the basement. What do you think your boon might be?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not the best at thinking, but maybe I'm just looking around like my eyes are just darting, you know, left and right. And I'm just really taking in the details because there's not much to look at. I don't know. I'm not sure how to set up a story element there since I'm trying to notice stuff. I would say I'm just very, my eyes are just darting around and just trying to pick up any little thing.
You have night vision energy drinks that you hand out. to
Okay.
everybody.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
We
since
all
we're going.
have night vision.
Since we're going to a cave area.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
No, you can do
Got these
whatever you
special
want.
energy drinks made, guys. They give you limited abilities. They're
Or maybe
totally
it's like-
safe.
You're so fast that it seems like time slows down around us. You can just like take in everything. You know what I mean? Just like, it's like right. Like you can take in everything at your leisure because
Oh,
you're
it's like slow-mo for you.
Yeah.
Like almost,
Yeah.
You could do that. Yeah, that's another option.
Also,
if I'm allowed to, I think I'd like the special energy drinks, passing those out because they're totally safe and not gonna make
like
you
they're
have
not
diarrhea
safe.
later at all.
Just what every band member wants to hear before a big show.
Lovely.
And then, all
I've
right,
created
so
a monster.
Miles, I'll get to you, and then I will get back to to the crit, to Michael. You notice that as you're going down there, because you're suspicious. You think this is a little sus. You notice that some of these fans, like, they are definitely paying you a lot of attention, but it seems like you're getting like a lot of attention. And you especially notice that people seem to be just like looking at you and like just kind of like they already know which hallway you're going to walk down. And then with the crit, you definitely notice that there might be a couple of the same faces in the crowd. Like some of these fans, like they've changed outfits almost and are posing with you again.
Hey guys, I don't know. Have you guys noticed anything weird about our fans today? They sure do have a lot of outfits they keep changing into.
Totally didn't notice anything weird. I wasn't in the crowd earlier this morning, if that's what you're talking about.
Okay. What about you two?
What?
No.
Anything suspicious?
No.
I'm just picking up weird vibes. I've seen that guy like 4 times. He's been in a robe, and he's been in a dress, and he's been in a kilt.
I think you're just paranoid, Chaz. You've always been kind of the paranoid one, Like, I think it's the energy.
That is fair. That is a fair assumption. I know sometimes I can be a little much.
How about I'm just throwing it out there. What if you moved so fast you traveled through time and you just saw the same person in different outfits because it was 4 different days?
Okay, yeah, never done that before. Well, that's something new. I'll have to add that to my list of things I can do. I didn't realize I was doing that. Okay,
I mean, it's just a possibility.
If you guys don't notice anything, I guess it's okay. Sure.
Well,
I still feel a little weird, but if you guys are okay, then yeah, let's do this. Teamwork.
And with that, you guys have managed to make it all the way down to the basement. The basement is really cold. Like you can't quite see your breath, but you wouldn't be surprised if you did. And towards the end of the hallway is this massive, almost subterranean looking throne with like these little torches all around it. But then to the side, there's also like a laptop and a desk and a recliner and like a little mini fridge. And seated on the throne, brooding with his big beefy hand on his chin while also looking at his phone, just going through Instagram, is Dr. Rockstar, or as he sometimes tells people, Dr. Rockford Star. And what you know about him, he's kind of an icon in the recording industry. Ever since he was once a performer himself and he got fused with the heart of a neutron star. He briefly rampaged through Vegas at one time, and nobody will let that go. He destroyed one population center, and apparently people are just really negative about it for the rest of your life.
Right?
But he also had some pretty catchy hits. Now he just works in the industry, and he just sits there not acknowledging you, just continually going through his phone.
I just sort of turn to the side a little bit so nobody notices me. These torches are clearly unsafe. Also, the temperature here is also clearly unsafe. Make notes for this. This is an inter-OSHA violation at least twice.
Meanwhile, Mystic Morpher in her head is thinking, this is actually a pretty good lair.
I'm just jumping up and down. I'm like,
I like
trying to get his
obnoxiously clear my throat, like, ahem.
Can I just drift over towards the laptop, just to see what's on it? As, just.
Look at his spy on it.
So when you clear your throat, his big stony head slowly turns towards you. Like, oh, you're here.
Dr.
Great.
Rockstar.
So, just so glad you're here. You're all ready for your show?
Actually, we had some I don't want to call them complaints. We had some concerns that we wanted to bring up beforehand about the show. if you wouldn't mind, we have kind of a list of things that we wanted to discuss. First of all, the fact that we are going on first is the biggest concern that we have right now, that we're hoping that we can kind of get sorted out here today.
It's a joke, right? It's a joke. It's a funny joke.
Yeah. This is honoring our former manager who we kind of are the headliners, the main people that worked with him, that brought him to his fame and all things. So it really makes sense that we should be the ones doing the second act.
Well, I mean, originally you weren't even supposed to be here. I mean, you're kind of like the third substitution, so.
Yeah. Look, I know it's been a while since we were really at the top, and our group hasn't been together for a while, but this could be really big. This could be big for the show. Like the fact that we're getting back together and doing this performance, that is a huge story in and of itself. And I think that's worthy of being the main event at this show.
If I
Blue pink. Blue pink.
into his phone, can I see which Instagram page he was looking at?
Shadowcat Superstar.
Wow. Okay. What's on his laptop?
His laptop, it's just a whole bunch of random, like, just information on there. Like, he's got
Interesting.
all his social media feeds just running. A lot of it looks to be automated. And then he's also got like bill of show. And you can see on the document where it lists like Shadowcat Superstar, but you can also tell that the timing is off, and it looks like their set got extended.
They're talking, which means they're a distraction. So I'm going to try to very subtly, in a shiny gold shirt and also cotton candy pink hair, I'm going to try to just get the information on the laptop, just in a subtle way, very subtle, kind of just
He likes
hack in
it.
there.
He likes
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You don't want them to
dance
find,
moves.
you don't want them to find out what you're doing, though, right?
No.
Look,
Go ahead. The band
and
is very distracting. They're complaining about things. I mean, I've got complaints too, but I figure while they're talking, just to the side, and by the side of like what, 3 feet probably, just just gonna secretly right in front of them, get that info on the laptop, whatever might be there.
Go ahead. If you want to make it so that no one notices you doing it, roll physicality for me, plus anything else that you feel might apply. But other than that, if you just want to be less than subtle about it, then you wouldn't really need to roll.
I have an ability as a secret agent. I can just blend in. I can just blend in, where like I just kind of like fade into the background and people don't notice me. One hopes. I can be hidden. It says I don't know what the so that would be like would that be a physicality roll?
Yeah.
In my using my just blend in power.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, that's a 10, which is a failure.
A partial failure, so you get a boon.
Oh, nice.
And then this is where you part succeed, part didn't. So you're going to get your goal, but something kind of like minorly calamitous will happen, and then you get to add a boon that you can use later on. So you're all talking with Dr. Rockstar while Miles seemingly disappeared. You don't see the superstar at all. You just see Miles, the intern, looking at his boss's laptop and making a note.
I'm wearing, by the way, glasses. That's how you can't tell it's me. just
Clark
glasses.
Kent.
The glass.
Yeah, Dr. Rockstar just kind of like finally sets his phone down.
Ooh, okay. Is it off?
I
does it go to screensaver, or is it still on?
I say it's still on. I think he's got big like
So
rock
if I start doing stuff on it, he might notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you distract him somehow.
Well, we'll see how they do.
They're pretty distracting.
But he's like, I don't know what to tell you, their manager made a stronger case. Look, I'm just going by the numbers here. I love your music. You've had some really good hits. You're just here to help honor your manager. And a 45-minute set, it's big gig. You're going to do really well out of this. So I don't know what you want me to do unless something really awful happens to Shadowcat Superstar in the next 5 minutes. Sorry, this is how the show's going to play out.
Yes, something really awful.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Where are you? Where are
I
they?
sort of rejoined the group after I've gotten the intel downloaded onto my special, electronic gadget device because I'm a spy. So I've cloned it and I come back. Hey, I hope nothing unsafe happens. Speaking of unsafe, I noticed there's a little bit of water on the stage, and with so much dancing, that seems dangerous.
Oh, don't worry. We'll have it cleaned up by the second act.
Interesting.
All right, where is actually, no, never mind. We can figure this out on our own. We don't need you. Dr. Rockstar, you have been no help at all. And I really
You've been great. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
It's a great place you have here. It's not ominous at all, and it doesn't reflect your personality at all. It's totally fine. We'll be on our way, unless anybody has anything else to add to this amazing Dr. Rockstar.
Can I, since I'm still transformed into the phone, can I go and DM our lovely Shadow Call Superstar,
Shadowcat Superstars,
and send them a DM and have them meet Dr. Rockstar here in a certain location in the studio that is maybe not other people are around.
You know what? I like that. Would you say you're trying to be really lucky in doing it, or are you just trying to? Yeah, go for it. Roll your luck.
Okay. We'll see how this goes. Oh no. What is this? I rolled a 2 and a 3, and earlier I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Ooh.
I only rolled one die for my hide roll, by the way.
I have a re-roll though, right?
I was wondering about that.
Bank.
You.
I should have rolled 2.
Because an 8 is a fail, right? Again.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
Well, 8's a partial failure.
And I didn't roll any better. It's still a partial failure.
But you do gain another boon, which you can use later on. Or if you want to set something up right now, but you get into the phone and you send them a DM saying, "Hey, last minute thing we got to talk about. Meet me at." I'm going to say that there's like another room that you know about, another green room. Maybe you've performed here before, so you know the building.
Okay.
And then you get just a simple response back of just "K" from the head of the band.
I think the problem is that I did it in vanishing mode, so it's really clear that it's like gonna disappear, which it might seem odd. But also, maybe he's not the greatest at social media. Who knows? We'll see.
Okay, so are you all heading to this location?
Once we step out of the lair, I'm like, hey, gang. I just thought I'd bring up something. Not weird at all. But I accidentally fell and looked at the laptop. I sometimes fall accidentally. You know how it is. I just noticed that, and I have I have my secret phone that I bring up, like my public phone, which has like a little screenshot of like them noting that the timing had changed. Look at this. They didn't originally have all this time. It was only changed recently. Look.
And then in the hallway, one of the sconces just transforms into me, and I morph back in.
Hey, Mystic.
I hate when you do that.
Also, I might have set us up a little meeting with them.
With who?
Duh, the
Shadowcat?
Shadowcat Superstars, whatever they're called.
The Shadow Rats.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's call them that.
Oh, shit.
I like that.
I mean,
the Shadow Rats.
do you see that their color scheme is black and red?
Okay.
I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is black and red? I mean, do you see that there's color scheme is
So Miles,
Pretty edgy.
you're saying that they only recently changed this whole stage thing. So we could have originally been the ones to go as the headliner, but somebody changed it.
Yeah. Hey GM, what were the looking at the bill? What does it look like happened there?
It looked like you guys originally were going to be the headliners. You had the big set, but it looks like it got changed about an hour before you were actually told. So incredibly recently.
Somebody.
Hey, it looks like this was changed basically an hour ago. And I don't want to say anything because what do I care? I'm just a regular band member who just writes lyrics and doesn't really pay attention to things like this. But that itself is quite breaking with the ways that rules and regulations should go when it comes to, fair dealing. And it was also only changed an hour ago.
The question is who did that? If it was them, if it was somebody else, and why did they change it?
And also that means that Dr. Rockstar was lying to us.
Also
I don't
true.
think any of that matters. What matters is getting rid of these rats.
Well, not in an unsafe way, of course.
Oh, I was going to say, well, Miles, or sorry, Chaz, those energy drinks that you had, that, the ones that gave us diarrhea that one time, that got us really sick.
What do you mean you got diarrhea off some of my energy drinks? No way.
The expired ones.
Yeah.
From our old sponsorship, like 3 years ago. So
yeah, I've got a closet full of those.
We should give some to Shadowcat. Miles, close your ears. I know this is a health violation. It is
a health violation.
Don't listen.
Okay.
I turn into earmuffs that are like soundproof earmuffs, so he can't hear what's going on. I land on his head.
I have this thing. When I sign that contract, I can stop time, and so maybe we, while we're talking to them in the green room, we give them a coffee or a drink. We put the energy drink, the diarrhea one, and they get sick before the show. And
you want to drug them?
Get them sick.
You want to spike their drinks with bad energy drinks. Normally I'd be against that, but this is my dream. Remember
that time I got really sick before the show and then we couldn't perform? That
happens a lot though. I remember a couple of times back then, but that's okay. We're moving forward.
It's just an idea. You can remove the earmuffs now. It's fine. Okay. It's just an idea.
Cat earmuffs, like the little
Look, I'm just saying that is an option. If we can't figure out why we were moved, why this all happened, that's one way to deal with it.
Hey gang, I just had an idea, but just out the top of my head, because I don't think all the time or anything. Hey, have we read our contracts for this concert recently? I feel like contracts are important. Don't you agree, Serendipity?
Yes. Reading contracts are very important. Reading all the clauses.
My contract.
I didn't either. Well, I did, but I skimmed through it, and that's really not the way you should read contracts.
Chaz, you're a speed reader.
30 amendments to the contract.
I'm just going to pull up our contract for this concert, the original version, and just see, what it says.
Meanwhile, I kind of lean over to Serendipity and I'm like, whose sidekick did you say you were again? Because if you're looking for a job, I might have one.
Well,
besides, your dancing thing that you're so good at.
Technically, I'm Chaz's sidekick.
I love all my sidekicks.
I'm trying to be quiet so he doesn't hear, but she's
I don't hear it.
But she's like, well, if you change your mind, call me.
Good to know. I just feel like you're up to something and I don't know. You're so friendly all the time and I can't trust it.
Me up to something? Never.
All right. So you all make it to this room. You don't have to wait too long. the door opens slowly and kind of like a wind blows in, and then almost like a shot-for-shot remake of what Mystic Morpher did earlier happens, where just you hear music floating in, leaves are swirling for some reasons. You think you see doves, even though you're clearly indoors, and where would they have come from? And this Shadowcat superstar walks in almost like a unit, like they've choreographed all their moves.
Sick.
Their leader, Hellcat, she's just all like, like she's the leader of the pride. Everybody's all like looking at her, and she stops and does like a very fierce pose. Kit Kat, the even younger version of the younger member of the band, who looks like a young version of Miles. See you shaking your head. Tomcat, who's kind of like the very stoic, mature one, and you can tell because he wears glasses as well. And then Stray Cat, the punk rocker, who's just brooding. And as they stop, you can tell though they have a gentle soul.
I love them.
They're coordinated, and it's so unfair. Damn it! No wonder they got the headliner. They're cool.
I very subtly, I'm trying to figure out where the wind machine is coming from that like makes them look so cool when they're walking in, because I have some questions about that wind machine.
Hellcat looks around and is like, I'm sorry, we have a meeting in this room. I think you're in the wrong green room. Or is this your green room?
Actually, the meeting was with us. We just, we wanted to talk, like, band to band.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have drinks to share.
Yeah.
Would you like a cool, refreshing beverage?
Hellcat is like, oh, I'm actually like trying to maintain like, a fit physique. I've been trying this new diet, and it's really helped with like purifying my body and making sure that I don't like put on any extra pounds before we perform. But thank you. I mean, it clearly does so much for you.
Look, hey everybody, I just want to say something. I think it's really important. I think it's really important for labor to talk to each other about the conditions they work under, because after all, only if we share things can we know if we're not being treated well. So for example, how are your contracts?
It's at that point that Kit Kat steps forward and says, as a person representing management, I feel that they've taken the appropriate steps to make sure everyone here is going to be okay.
No.
And making sure that all of us are going to have a great time. And really, isn't it about the audience's enjoyment? And then she does her own version of your sign right next to you.
She's a little copycat.
Your doppelganger is an HR representative.
I can't believe it. I can believe it. But I note this inside. Outside, I'm like, cool. Inside, I'm like, no. And I note it that Kit Kat is HR. The worst. Worst.
Maybe their real name is Copycat.
Maybe.
Oh.
That would have been a cooler name. Wow. Yeah.
So, hey, we did just notice that, we thought we were going to be, the second band to go. And, we were told at last minute that you guys were going second, and you had a little more time than us. And we were wondering, was that a last minute decision? And who did you need to talk to for that?
Oh, we didn't talk to anybody. They told us.
Really? Who?
Who's they?
Oh, someone working for Dr. Rockstar. Look,
Someone like who?
I don't know. Like, we didn't really look at them because we were all busy like doing this group meditation thing, which you should totally try. But no, just someone talked to our agent, I guess, and just totally said that, hey, we're now the big act, and we feel that that's for the fans, because really, don't you want the fans to be happy? But yeah, we were just too busy, just getting all of our energies aligned and making sure that like all of our new dance moves were great.
Was the person who had you doing this group meditation the same person who might have also told you about this delightful change?
I don't know. They had like a deep voice, and they just kind of stayed in the shadows, and I don't know. Just, they said you guys were actually okay with it. Did you change your mind?
Well, I feel like something's not right.
Yes. Y'all were duped. Somebody was messing with you. We didn't hear about this at all. While you were busy realigning and figuring out all of your energy, somebody,
I think it's called chi.
yeah, somebody was messing with you.
To give us a better spot?
No, to violate your safety, your workplace safety regulation rights. Did you know that performing for 2 hours is quite unhealthy? It could really mess up your energy.
This is true.
It's in that Kit Kat, it goes, but it's okay because we have declared our intent that we can perform for 2 hours. And she just poses next to you again.
Did you?
We did.
Interesting. I can't believe it.
Well, you should.
Okay, so you have no other details on who this person was. They were just in the shadows, mysterious voice.
Yeah.
Deep voice. What did they? You didn't get any glimpse of what they looked like.
No, I'm going to tell you where they were.
I guess that helps.
That's a good start.
I'm just standing next to Kit Kat. I'm trying to just make cooler poses than she has. Just like in the background while this con is going on. Like there's like a little like pose off.
By the way, it's at that point that Tom is kind of like just looking around. He's like, do you have anything to drink? It is really hot in here.
Yeah, of course. Double fisting my goodies.
He leans in. He leans in and he's like, I'm actually like a big fan of yours. This is so cool. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're good stuff. They go right down. They'll even warm you up. They make you go, and then it warms you up. It's really nice. It's really cold here.
Yeah. I think it's so warm. But yeah, no, just these things got me through college. They're just so great. And he just starts like just chugging it.
Yeah. The more the better. The more the better. Our manager loved to drink them.
Yeah. You know, I think he did, right? Yeah. Man, can I get another one? I'm just super thirsty.
He just keeps, anytime somebody asks, it just keeps pulling them out. Like you don't even know where they're coming from. Like he's wearing like a skin tight outfit, but just pulling out energy drinks from it.
Hellcat just kind of like, looks at her fancy Apple Watch. We've really got to get back. I find if we spend too much time out of our environment, it can just throw everything off. Is there anything else you guys needed?
Oh, absolutely. But, maybe sometime we should have a dance off because I've been practicing my moves, and I'm just ready to go.
The location where you heard the shadow thingy?
Oh, yeah. It's on like the near top floor. We were using one of the conference rooms up there.
See.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Kit Kat, we have so much in common. Why don't we become Instagram friends?
She goes, okay, yeah, sure. Here you go. Click.
Neat.
Daggers, by the way.
I already followed all the shadow cats.
Oh my God.
Daggers. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad we're friends on Instagram. Click.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we're friends on social media because that implies we're actually friends in real life.
That's true. That means we're best friends and we know everything about each other, or will after some internet searches.
You just see these two tapping on their phones and looking at each other and just like,
Are you two done flirting now?
What?
What?
No. What? No. That's a good post you had there. The third one from the top. Like.
I just like how you like everything.
Yeah, well, I don't like everything. Like. Great.
What is everybody else? Are you guys wanting to head straight to that location, or are you guys trying to do anything else with Shadowcat Superstar while you've got them?
Unless they want to have a dance off, I think we probably should head up because we want to get ahead of this before the show starts. See if we can make some changes. Come on, guys, let's put some fire in our step and go show them our desire.
Yeah.
Love those lyrics, man.
So good, right? Desire rhymes with fire is like one of the best lyrics I ever came up with. Hey, Mystic.
Genius.
Oh, hey, Mystic.
Mm-hmm.
I just dropped something that you might find interesting. And I just dropped Kit Kat's Instagram account information where you accidentally might see it. I'm sure somebody's taking photographs as I just accidentally drop it so that you might find it.
It's just their Instagram.
Paparazzi again.
Right?
Dang it.
It's just it's not like their login information.
Yeah, you got their information. I mean,
Yeah.
But can't anybody get that?
No, I used spy materials to get her Instagram information.
Oh, you actually wanted to like steal the password from her phone.
Well,
Okay.
you know, a little bit of excitement. I would never do anything that would be inappropriate, but if accidentally Mystic found that information, who knows what Mystic would do?
Blame it on Mystic.
In that case, let's use Thinkery.
Some thinkery?
Yeah.
Sure.
And let's see, anything else that you think might apply?
Not yet. I've got things, but that's for later. They're secret.
All right, then make your roll.
That's a 9, but I have a boon.
Ooh, you can use it.
I have a boon.
What is your boon?
My boon is, that when we became Instagram friends, I feel like I get her login name.
It's a
And
phishing scam.
Yeah, but I also think that I'm able to guess her password because I think it's the opposite of mine.
I am rolling with that because I like
That's
that.
great. Love it.
Oh my god!
And so I'm just like, well, my password is workplace safety. So I feel like hers is corporations for the win. But 4 is the number 4 because I bet she has really good security. And the I bet is on number 1. Oh, look, it is.
And it is. You guessed it like first try.
And I just accidentally dropped my phone with her account logged in just in front of Mystic. Oh no. Because we established in our set, like before we started the Zoom call, that my character accidentally drops things quite a lot, which is, where people actually take photographs. It's terrible because I don't want to be noticed, but unfortunately I'm always like, oh.
There somehow was a
That
fan
booty.
here who also grabbed the photo as it was falling.
Yeah, Mystic will morph into the phone. What kind of DMs am I seeing? Who's been sliding into the DMs?
The DMs.
So you are finding that she's been really catty about talking about your group with everyone else, and in their group thread, they are the moment they learned that they were going on first, they say some not nice, some very unkind things about you. Although Tom actually is the only upbeat one. He's like, come on, you guys. They've had some really good hits. They've had some hard times recently, but I'm excited to see their set. And Tom is
No. I gave him the energy drinks. He's the only nice one. He likes me.
He is super upbeat about you guys. But then you also find out that she gets like dozens of creepers a day, and she filters through them, and usually it's just like, hey, what's up? All this, how you doing? All the normal crap that, you would see just ran from randos. But you do see that there appears to be a message from one of her roadies talking about how they've just seen a lot of the same people in the hallways, and it's a little weird. And it's the thing that you noticed earlier about how there was some of the same fans walking around the hallway. And then they talk about how some of their stuff has been moved around without them talking about it, how they want to talk to security, because it seems like someone's probably been inside their green room messing with their stuff.
That's a workplace safety violation, if I ever heard one. Not that I care.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you guys. I told you I saw those people before. They just kept popping back up.
Okay.
And
Okay.
she morphs back out of the phone and shares the information.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Why would they need to do that? Are they just trying to play to our egos, or are they?
Well, clearly
they
they were
trying
lying
to
to us. They're
dupe
acting
us?
all nice to us in our faces, but behind our back, they're talking smack. Except for Tom.
I
Yeah,
have a
Tom's
question.
gonna have some bowel issues later, I think.
Well, now Tom's going to talk bad about us too. Great job.
What did Kit Kat say about me? Specifically, me, Kit Kat, though, just not the whole band, because she's HR. So I want to know.
What awful things did Kit Kat say about?
She said that she's not terrified of you at all, and that apparently she says. By the way, I think Miles Standoffish thinks that they're a spy, but LOL.
Oh no.
She thinks you're a spy.
I'm not. Whatever. I'm the lyricist for the band. Interesting. Also, we should probably check out their green room, especially since they're not there right now because they just left. If we went really fast,
I could do that.
we might be able to get there first and see if there's anything unsafe going on. Unsavory.
We should check out some of these fans too that seem to be changing or something. Maybe we should follow one or
Yeah.
see if they're really actually changing or something.
Well, wait, how much time do we have before the show?
Got about 4 hours now.
Okay. We can do that. We can do all that stuff. I think I might have to turn on the sprints, if you know what I mean.
The runs? Oh, you're not going to go get diarrhea.
The runs, yes. Well, you guys know what happens when I get the runs sometimes.
Yeah.
Accidents.
Yeah.
Just a trail of.
Oh no.
Oh, hey, Chaz was here.
Oh no.
Someone should clean that up. It's not safe.
All right. So Chaz, you go to the green room and check it out. I am going to try to follow one of these fans and see if there's anything sus about them. And the two of you, Miles and Mystic, I don't know. I'm not the leader.
We're both looking at you like you're
You
the
two
leader,
try
by the
not to
way.
get into any more trouble.
Yeah.
We don't want to ruin our
I'm the
reputation.
sidekick.
We just
Chaz
got
is looking
together.
at you like you're the leader. Yeah. What should I do?
And then that moment, Serendipity remembers she's just the sidekick, and she looks to Chaz.
That's a great job, Serendipity. I think as long as they don't get in trouble, then we'll be fine, and I'll be back lickety split.
Okay.
So
Should we really split up? Is that safe? Shouldn't we be working on the buddy system?
well, I can't really carry all of you with me if you want me to go fast.
You could carry me.
I have to beat them back to their green room, and I have to look through all their stuff, and then I have to leave before they get there.
For transforms into your hat. Your
Hey!
little squid hat.
Team blue, team pink. Let's do it.
Blue pink.
High five.
Oh yeah, we do blue pink.
High five.
The little squid arms come out. Yeah.
And I
I
go
love
stand
how
back to back
unintentional
with
he color
Serendipity.
coordinated. I love this.
Yes.
I'm going to start with Team Blue.
Okay.
So Team Blue, you managed to run through the hallway and you managed to duck around all the fans. And you've made it to their green room. And you know it's theirs because they've the big, headline performer, which only looks slightly been added recently, Shadowcat Superstar. Again, with the 2 exclamation points.
Oh, I'm so jealous. That should be us. This is
For the
my
audience-
dream.
For the audience at home, I don't know why whenever I see just 2 exclamation points, it throws me off. And that's why I
it has
chose
to be
it.
1 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Or
weird.
3. Not 2.
Yeah. 2 makes it sound like you did something wrong with your coding or something. It's really unclear what's going on there.
The door is unlocked if you try the doorknob.
Hey, let's get in here and get out fast.
You just feel
Pull open
the
the door.
squid on your head nod. Like
I was
feels
trying
like a
to go
little
so
head
fast
massage.
that you get sick to your stomach and throw up everywhere or something. It happens sometimes when I rescue people. They just start throwing up. I don't know. I think it's a speed thing. I think they just can't take, the
I transform
G-forces.
off his head and open the door.
So their green room is very much like yours. Same color, same everything else. You see they've got their stuff all strewn about. They've got their luggage in here. They've got like platters of very like healthy looking food. A lot of almonds, a lot of cashews. What are you looking for in here?
I think we're looking for any evidence that things were moved around or why they are maybe moved around, like anything that doesn't maybe fit in with their stuff or their motif and their color scheme. They seem very organized. Maybe like a note, an ominous note or something, telling them more details about the nefarious schemes going on here.
All right.
Anything out of the ordinary.
And Mystic, what are you doing?
Mystic is just morphing into all of their objects.
Okay.
Just as many as possible.
Chaz, roll your thinkery. And then Mystic, are you going to try to actually jump into like any of their locked cases?
Sure.
They've got specially made things that are made to, keep people from stealing all of their stuff. So it's going to be physicality to try to get into these.
All right. I got a 1 and a 10.
Nice.
So 13.
Nice.
That's really funny.
All right.
That's a
and
success, yeah.
yep, that's that is the partial failure. So you get a boon right now. And for Chaz,
let's go with a 13 is a success. 7 to 12 is partial failure. 6 or less is total failure.
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I just read the wrong one. Yeah, so 13. Yeah, that's a success. Sorry. And Chaz,
That's a 12.
a 12. Okay.
Oh, you don't
All
have any
right,
plus
so-
to physical?
I have plus the physical, but not thinkery.
It's a thinkery. You're doing a thinkery.
Mhm.
Right?
Well, you're trying
I'm
to
not
notice things. Do you think you might have been more hands-on with your going through things?
Yeah, that would be my more to my nature.
Just quickly touches everything.
Let's run with that. You're
Mhm.
both. He is quickly picking up objects and flipping through them, and you are opening locked luggage and boxes. So
I'm turning into
So it would be a
objects.
15 then, which is up from a plus 3 from my physicality.
all right, so you both succeed. So what Mystic notices is one, inside a lot of these suitcases is a lot of junk food. Clearly, they enjoy eating jerky and chips. And
Look, jerky's
also-
not junk food. I will fight you, JK.
It's made out of meat. It's healthy.
Yeah, it's protein, okay?
Yeah, just like jelly beans, super healthy.
No. I can't help you on that one.
but also
Wardrobe malfunction.
you find that their band has also like you find just like a bunch of the they've got like some iPads in there. They actually hate each other, and they've not been mentioning it in their DMs. They also apparently have come very close to breaking up because none of them actually really like each other. In fact, they hate Kit Kat the most.
Oh, wow.
So much drama.
Meanwhile, for Chaz, you actually find something that's kind of a little suspicious to you. You find like one of their old like little travel logs, and you find out that Shadowcat Superstar was a project that was put together by your former manager.
Oh, that's really weird. That's really weird. Why would they have us both here? You see this, Mystic? Look,
She transforms
our old
into
manager had a hand
the paper.
in their band.
Well, maybe he just wanted to, have multiple bands going. Nothing wrong.
Well, we'll
with
never
putting
know
eggs in
because-
multiple baskets.
They're dead now, so we can't even ask them.
Do you think that they had something to do with it?
I don't know what's going on here, but I was really excited to do a show. Now we have a mystery on our hands.
Maybe we should team up with them. Clearly, they need our help.
The rats? You want to be friends with the rats?
Well, not friends.
They don't
with
even like
rats,
each
more
other.
Like they could be our subordinates.
Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot subjugation is kind of your thing.
Look, we can
Yeah.
have multiple dancers in the background. You know, like that big, there's that one girl band, just like huge. They have like 30 people.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to teach more choreography, but maybe since they're already in a band, that they'll be naturals. I don't know. We should probably get back to the others and see what they found too. And maybe if we put both of our information together, then we can start unraveling some of these clues.
Like Blue's Clues.
Yeah, but like more blue and less dog.
Well, you mean more pink because we already are blue enough.
Look, we should have been singing a jig, okay? But I just went with the blue pink because that's what everybody wanted. But I still think it was a mistake.
You know, you're supposed to be the hero / leader. Like, you can just tell other people what to do.
Oh, that's true. I never thought about that. Okay.
No problem.
Yeah. Oh, you're so smart.
I
All right.
know.
Well, I'm gonna grab some of these peanuts, and do you think they'll notice if some of their beef jerky goes missing? It looks really good.
No.
Okay. They said their stuff was being moved around anyway, so we can just blame it on that. And he'll start
Exactly.
stuffing his backpack that's filled with the parachute, but with
now
like
you're
snacks.
thinking the right way.
It's corruption.
She's slowly turning us all against each other.
Anything for my dream. I just want to sing. I just want to dance. I just want to show the fire inside of us.
And
Share it
what-
with everybody.
And what better way to do that by getting rid of them? Then we can have
Well, you said
both
they were
time
going to be
slots.
dancers for us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. He's like getting like real revved up, like, oh, he's getting excited now. She's pumping him up. And then I guess they'll slink out of the room if there's nothing else to
When
to
he closes the
discover.
door and slinks out of the room, I'm gonna swap the snacks so the healthy stuff is not there, and it's just the junk food.
Sinister. I like it. Team Pink.
Yeah.
So, one thing actually that the two of us, Team Pink, have, I think we both have just blend
Pink
in.
hair. Sorry,
And
what?
pink hair. One of our abilities. So maybe we can blend in
Yeah.
and try to follow some of these suspicious fans
Exactly. Because you know how we are. We blend in.
with our pink hair.
Yeah.
So so with that ability, you both put on glasses, and people just don't really seem to notice you that well. Like as you're just walking around, you know that there are a lot of fans here. Right now, more crew are moving through the building, trying to get ready for the show. But you do see one person who you've seen in different outfits. It is a young woman. She's got like spiky hair now, but you could have sworn that it was like all in like braids earlier. And she's now wearing a singamajig shirt.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
We're going to go and just basically, I feel like we should just follow her and see what she's about.
Yeah. Like the source of where she changes.
Right. Where does she get those outfits?
Yeah.
You guys are creepers. You like.
And also, what is she looking at? Because if we figure out what she's looking at, then we'll know something.
Yeah.
That's not Spy 101. I wouldn't know anything about it.
She just stands around talking with people. It looks like she's holding up a program from one of your first shows, but then after a certain point, she starts to walk away and she starts to head toward the stairs going towards the roof.
Ooh.
To the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Is that roof on fire?
No.
It's no, but
Probably
it's
not.
Going to be.
It's about to be at the show, at the concert. I guess we'll follow her, kind of remaining blended into the
yeah,
roof.
just like sneaky, sneaky.
As soon as you get to the roof, do you just follow her out there, or you just watch her?
Peek.
Just a little.
Peek, because peek sounds like pink. That's what we do. Also peep.
She very much like is just looking around to see if anybody's there real quick. So roll your luck for me.
Ooh.
Real good at luck. 17.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh, hey,
Also
serendipity, huh?
Oh my God, isn't that serendipitous? That's perfect.
She does not see you at all. And as she gets on the roof, she then pulls out a cigarette and lights it, and then pulls off a wig. And you see her hair underneath the wig, like just she's wearing a little wig cap. And then she looks like she kind of just slouches, like she's trying to chill. And she just keeps smoking and shakes her head and just looks off in the distance.
I feel like she's on her mandatory work break.
It's good that she's taking it.
It is good.
Not everybody does.
That's
But okay, but she just took off her wig. So is she going to change? Is this like, I'm going to like keep watching her and see.
true. Like
what
what else
she
is on
does.
what else is like, because we're hiding. What else is on the roof? Are there any other entrances and exits to the roof? Getting the lay of the land.
There are a couple more entrances. She looks very just kind of chill. And then after like 5 minutes, she kind of flicks her cigarette onto the roof and puts her wig back on, and then like fake smiles back, and she starts to head towards the stairwell.
Quick.
Go, God. We're like, just try to hide really quick. I don't know where we're going to hide on a stairwell, but we'll do our best.
Against the wall. They won't notice.
Up on top of the roof, like
Yeah.
She opens the door and she sees you, and she goes, oh, hey, sorry, just heading back down there. Super excited to see the show tonight. I really like Shadowcat Superstar, and I love the Thingamajig. Yeah, they're so good. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, it's okay. We're about to go on our break too. We haven't been given like the next stage of the plan.
Oh my God. Oh, this is way bigger than I thought it would be. But the exposure is great, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like getting paid on exposure is totally ethical.
Hey, yeah, it's what you do. What they got you guys doing? I know for the next hour, I'm supposed to be walking around like just trying to be like cheering up Singamajig and all that. I mean, the boss was pretty clear about what we were supposed to do. Some of it, but I don't know.
I don't know. The boss was just like a little vague to me. I mean, I didn't get all of the details. Some of it was confusing. And so, look, maybe you can help me out. I'm afraid I'm going to get fired because I kind of feel like I messed up the last 2 times with the instructions.
Oh, yeah, no. At that point, roll charm to see what you can do.
Of course. And I'm going to be charming about it. Because, that's what I do. And I have a charm of 3. So that's a 20.
Wow.
dang.
Let's go.
And I just, I do subtle mirroring, just so that, she knows that we're just fellow workers working for exposure.
I don't know. Like, it feels like those guys did half the work for us. I mean, we're supposed to get the energy drink in front of one of the band members, and we did. And then, they're gonna drop a keel over, and then we just work from there. Just keep getting the energy drinks to them. But don't give any of the special energy drink to the blue one. What's his name? Razmataz? Chaz, that's his name. Yeah.
Right. Don't give. I think I messed up again. Gee, golly. I'll just have to fix that one. Hey, since I put all those energy drinks with Razmataz, where can I get new ones?
Oh, they're in the closet in the basement. And then save Dr. Rockstar's for last.
Okay. So I should give him the drinks last, not first.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, because the media's going to care if he dies.
Right, of course. Hey, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
You know, my partner here, Frack, you can call me Frick. We're frickin' Frack. You know, minions. Do you have like a advice on how to get the boss to like us better? Like, what approach would you take?
Oh, the boss doesn't really want for small talk, but I find if you just insult both groups, like left and right, that seems to make the boss happy.
Makes sense.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hey, where's the boss right now? Because I don't want the boss to see us on our extra long break.
It's a joke, right? The boss is everywhere, you know, just everywhere.
Wait,
What?
wait. Do you mean the boss might be seeing us right now, taking an extra long break?
Maybe.
Dang.
Okay. They
Okay.
didn't tell us the boss was like everywhere though.
Yeah.
Seems like he's everywhere. He's just there.
Yeah. That oh yeah. Shadowy and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, you know, I went to that conference room on the 4th floor to go see the boss, to check in with the boss, but the boss wasn't there. What should I do?
I
I'm
don't know.
worried.
I got to get back to work. I don't know. Just go about your places and don't drink any of those drinks.
Okay. I won't, because that'll kill us. And then we won't get paid in exposure.
Yeah,
Right?
probably. I mean, yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Okay,
but in case you do slip up, the antidote's like somewhere in the basement too. So
cool. Great. I'll go. Yeah, I should probably get some because I kind of feel a little ill. We weren't supposed to drink it, right?
no, well, you could drink. You could drink the speedsters energy drinks. His are fine. The ones we've substituted in are not fine.
Right.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
Good.
Sorry, it's just my first day. You know.
A lot of rules.
That's what being a minion's all about. Anyways, I've really got to get back down there. And at that point, she's like, all right, super excited to be here. See you all soon.
Right. Serendipity. We've got to tell the rest of the band.
Yeah, this is really bad.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay. Let's go find them.
Serious workplace safety violations, and also I think food regulation violations happening right about now. We'll have to take them down.
Where's Blue Team? Where do you think you guys would be at?
Probably back in our green room, waiting to meet up with the other two.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, you're just chilling in there. You notice that someone's come through, kind of cleaned up the mess a little bit, made sure that your counter's fully stocked of food and drink.
We're going to rush because
Yeah.
we don't want anyone to
I
drink any
Smash in.
beverages.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't drink any of the energy drinks.
I've had about 20.
Oh God.
What's wrong? The ones I brought? What's something
No, no.
happened?
I think the ones you brought are fine, but none of the ones provided by this venue.
They're
Great. 'cause
bad.
Okay.
Also, hey, Mystic,
Well, food. Mm-hmm.
I just want to ask you a question about what you would do, what your instincts are. If you wanted to, let's say that you were kind of a person that would poison two separate bands by poisoning their energy drinks, but not the energy drinks of one person. Why would you do that? What kind of nefarious scheme would you be up to?
Well, if I wanted to poison everybody except for one person, it's probably because I want that one person alive.
Right.
Who are we poisoning? We shouldn't poison people. Unless
But I would do that.
No,
Totally.
look,
No.
serendipity. You tell Chaz. You can always get through to him.
What's going on?
We learned some news after following one of the fans. They're not actually fans. They're disguised as fans. They're pretending.
I knew it.
Yes. And they are planning some sort of thing to poison us with the energy drinks.
Oh, our branding.
Yeah, I know.
But not yours.
Not yours. But these-
Oh, okay. That's okay. Well, it's not okay, but it's better.
But that means we'll die.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
No, that would ruin the band. Unless you're planning on going solo, are you?
I can't write lyrics, Miles. How would I write lyrics? All I can do is dance.
Would
And
there
dance
have
real well.
to be somebody who wouldn't want you to be singing or would want you to be singing alone?
I don't know. It's been so long. We just got back together. We haven't even had a proper rehearsal, but I figure that's fine. We'll just get right back into the swing of things. But we also found out something.
What?
The shadow cats, they actually eat a lot of junk food and they hate each other. They all hate each other. Right, Mystic?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, there's total turmoil in their team.
Oh. Hey,
Wow.
by the way,
That's actually
the
a really
villain?
cool name. Total turmoil.
that is a good name.
Write
But-
it down.
The villain is also planning on poisoning them
Yes.
and also Dr. Rockstar. But Dr. Rockstar last.
Oh, I also one thing did slip my mind. There's a very important detail. Oh yeah, our manager. He used to also
Drink the
work
energy
for their
drinks.
band as well.
No, he was basically, they formulated both teams.
Hmm.
Oh, by the
Mind
way,
blown.
all the poison energy drink is in the closet down the hall, and the antidote's in the basement.
That's where I keep my energy drinks, is the closet.
A different closet, I hope. We should maybe check out the closet.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't bring my closet.
No, did you come out of the closet with the energy drinks?
I did, yeah.
Good.
I loaded up with them.
Yeah. We should check the closet. We should go back into the closet, but not your closet, the bad guy's closet. And maybe
Okay.
there'll be markings.
I could punch them all.
Maybe not the energy drinks. But don't drink the energy drinks.
Then maybe
I've already
drinking
had
them's
20.
not a bad idea. But not 20 of theirs, just 20 of yours.
So do we go to the basement? Or do we go to where they said that they talked to the shadowy figure?
Yes.
Split up again.
No. Maybe.
I don't know. If they're trying to kill us, maybe splitting up's not the best idea. I'm the leader. We're not splitting up. Mystic told me I can tell y'all what to do.
I didn't
What?
think you put that fire
What?
on me.
Then I'm the leader and I can tell everyone what to do.
Just saying that he should, be more of a hero. Be the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go take them down, save everybody's lives. And then we're going to put on the best show anyone's ever seen here.
Yeah.
All right.
I've
All right,
got
so
some
the-
lyrics.
The basement then?
Closet, basement.
To the closet.
Closet in the basement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
I think
go.
it's in the basement.
So you're going to the closet. As you walk down the hallway, you see a couple more of those fans. They tried to stop and pose with you. And you see the closet, and it's got a one fan leaning against it, just kind of looking around. This fan is really physically imposing, but weirdly is wearing kind of like cute shadow cat slash singamajig merchandise. He looks like a bruiser with tattoos and little cat ears on.
Mhm.
And he has just got his back up against the closet.
By the way, you know they're not real fans because somehow they got the Singamajig t-shirts, and we haven't been called that since
Yeah.
before our debut.
I know.
How do they even know about that?
Hey, Chaz, do you think you might go and, I don't know, just start up a conversation with that person while all the rest of us in the band stand over here for a second, not having a conversation with each other that you can't hear?
You want me to go talk to the guy on the closet?
Yeah, just say hi.
Sure.
Cool. Gang, Singamajig was Chaz's idea for the band name.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're wearing Singamajig t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they want to kill everybody but Chaz.
Well, they're also wearing the cat rat people things too.
Do you think Chaz is in on it?
I feel like maybe whoever is doing this,
So we should
is
give
doing this-
Chaz the energy drinks. That's what you're saying.
no, that would kill him. But I think that somebody wants. Look, there was a television show back in the day called The Brady Bunch. And at one point in time, the Brady kids were in a band all together. And then their evil management wanted Greg to go solo. And they called him Johnny Bravo because he fit the outfit. I feel like somebody wants to Johnny Bravo Chaz, but with more murder and less workplace safety.
But why Chaz?
Ooh.
Aren't you like his sidekick?
Yes, I am. It's always Chaz. He's the lead singer and the lead dancer.
I know.
And he gets all the sponsorship commercial deals. And
So, see, maybe we could get him to drink the drinks then.
That would kill him, though. That's unsafe.
I just want to know why. That's all. Whoever's doing this, I just want to find out and know why.
And you want to beat them up, right?
Kinda, yeah. Okay, let's check out these energy drinks, I guess.
Well, Chaz,
Peep at Chaz.
you've got to talk to the person at the closet.
Hello there. How are you doing?
Fine.
Garden closet? I hear there's some really high quality products in here that need to be passed out.
Not yet.
Well, when's that happening?
Why are you asking?
Because I'm curious. That's why you ask questions, right? It's because you're curious. You want to know things.
I think we're supposed to pass them out at a half past. Mind your business.
Well, that's not nice. Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
I'm Chad.
Oh no! Sorry, I have to interrupt. This is really important. He has Chaz hands.
Oh my gosh.
Maggie, you and I together. We were right there. We were right there. Chaz hands. Go on. Sorry.
Oh yeah. You're on the T-shirt, and he points at his chest.
Yes. Where did you get that T-shirt?
Oh. Bought it.
How much was it? Did you get a
I think-
discount?
I think it cost me something like $5. I don't know. You can go buy it yourself to go downstairs.
I don't wear my face. I don't need to wear it on a shirt. I love the face. Anyway,
Maybe you should go and get ready for your show.
oh well. Proper show preparation is a very integral part of putting on a good performance. That is a good idea. But unfortunately, my superhero job sometimes takes priority, and you're kind of in the way right now.
He just kind of like laughs like, so what you gonna do about it?
I would like to judo chop him.
Nice.
Ooh. Just judo chop right to the neck, or
Yes.
Yeah,
Violence.
like knock him out unconscious kind of
Yeah.
deal.
All right. So because the way you've described it, it sounds like you're just gonna be doing it off the cuff, like without any combat, like before combat, I mean. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and make a physicality roll.
Okay.
And hold on, scrolly. Is there anything else that you feel would apply to this real quick? Just like hit chop. Besides chat.
Just like my quickness, my speedster powers, to get a quick bonk in.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so it's a +3. Oh no, it's not great.
Yeah. That's not super great. So I'm gonna say that as you do the surprise chop and you hit him, and it's really jarring to him, but he's like solid muscle. So you hit him and it's like crack, like you're karate chopping a table, but he is still standing, although he's now holding his neck.
It hurts
Any
you
other-
more than it hurts him.
Oh, I need that for my jazz hands.
All right. So you all see this. Does anybody else want to try to do something before any kind of combat happens?
I think
Blend in.
I laugh.
I blend in.
That's good to blending in.
Because I'm gonna be hidden. I'm gonna be hidden.
All right. So here's how combat works in stage heroism. Really, you've got your turns divided down into your fast turn and a slow turn. You have to choose which one you're going to do at the beginning of the top of the round. Bad guys act after the fast turn, but before the slow turn. And the difference between them is that a fast turn, you get 2 actions in combat, and a slow turn, you get 3. So I'm going to go around real quick, and you can all tell me what you think your character would be doing, or at least acting on first. Like what turn you want to do. So Mystic, are you taking a fast turn or slow turn?
I'll do slow turn. I'm laughing right now, just cackling at this fight that just started.
Serendipity?
I feel like I would also slow turn. I think I might also blend in at this point.
We'll be hidden.
Abandoned.
Miles?
Well, gosh, I'm gonna take a fast turn.
And then I can't call you Streak or I can't call you Chaz right now. I guess it's just Streak.
Yeah, I would take a fast turn. Fast.
All right, cool.
Fast.
All right. You guys decide who goes first amongst the fast turn.
Well, Chaz.
I already struck, so I don't know if you wanted to go first.
Oh gosh, no,
You
but I
go,
mean,
Pat.
you're faster than I am.
True.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Come on.
All right. Well, since I failed my first smack, then I'll try to follow up quickly and take him out as fast as I can. What do I need to?
For this one, you go ahead and you roll just like your physicality again, because it's
Okay.
basically what this attack's going to be.
Two 10 plus 3. I could have just hit up. Man, not great. Chaz attack.
Chaz attack. You still hit him pretty hard. You kind of like, you're just like punching him really hard in the gut, and he doesn't like double over in pain, but you still you get him really good. Damage here is like most things have durability, which we apply to both objects and to bad guys. So you did 1 point of damage because you just did like an unarmed hit, and so he's still pretty tough at this point. But you got a good hit in.
Teach you to only pay $5 for my shirt.
Who's next?
How many moves do we have
You get
in
two
our
when
That's right,
you're
you have two. I
fast.
forgot. Yeah. So,
yeah, so Chaz gets to go again.
15.
Ooh. All right, so you're just raining down the blows right on top of him, and that one forces him back into the door a little bit. He is clearly not expecting you to just repeatedly like just machine gunning him with your fists.
Gatling Chaz.
Okay, who's next on the fast turn?
Well, I'm fast, but I'm also hidden, and so I'm going to sneak. Doom, 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 doo, doom, 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 right behind him, and then I'm going to say, "Oh no, you don't!" And I'm going to go in like good secret agent, chop, pinch right from behind, which lets me roll twice and take the better result. And I'm going to use my "Oh no, you don't" ability as a secret agent.
All right, go for it.
So that's a 19 or a 20. Wait, I don't want 3. Let me roll. Sorry, let me re-roll that. That's a 17 or a 19. I'll take the 19. I'll take the 19 if you don't mind.
Well, I mean, I do mind. You're beating up my poor NPC. This guy's just doing his job, being a bad guy. Really, you're the rude ones. So,
I just want to note that I do double damage
Ooh.
ooh.
because I'm using my special ability. Oh no, you don't. Where I let loose with a disciplined assault that denies the enemy, any ability to avoid it. And so, I'm gonna go and like give him like a good nerve secret agent pinch. Chop.
Okay, so he is focused on Chaz, and he's getting all these like blows into like his abdomen, and then you just come up from behind and just crack him on the back of the neck. And at that point, he does slide down to his knees, and he's not quite out yet, but his hands are on his neck, and he just looks like he's very, very dizzy just from like the blow.
For my second move, I'm gonna just go in the closet.
Okay, yeah, you
Into the
open it up.
closet. Yeah, I'm gonna just open up that closet door. Because he was in the way, but now he's, I'm just gonna.
Okay, I'll get to you in a second. Anyone else? So we just have slow and slow, right, for the remaining?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this guy is going to try to get up on his feet, and he's looking around. He's trying to find who hit him in the back of the head, but can't see him. So he just looks back at Chaz.
Oh no, poor Chaz.
And widely misses.
You'll never catch me. Haha,
Didn't
silly.
critically fail, but just like
No.
Do you do like a good like dance move?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't think so.
That's amazing.
Yeah, just that fist just wide off. So you are not hit at all by that. Okay, and then for the people going on the slow turn.
You can
Mystic.
go first.
Oh, okay. Well, I see my hero getting beat up. So I am going to try to help. I guess I use my first ability. I'm blending in so they weren't able to notice me. But I kind of creep out a little bit and I'm going to take one of my, what? I have like this crown that I wear.
Nice.
And these things are, they can be kind of painful and scary and deadly. So I just like take it and I kind of like hit him in the same spot where Miles had and try to like finish knocking him out.
Okay, I'll make your roll.
All right. Let's see.
And you get to roll twice because you're hidden.
Oh,
And take the better result.
Oh, not the greatest. A 9.
What's your physicality?
12 total.
All right, so you crack him on the back. If he wasn't for the fact that he was already so wounded, you're not sure you would have knocked him out, but he is pretty badly beat up. The thing is, you just described your crown as really sharp.
Oops.
So were you pulling your punch at the last second, or do you just hit him with the sharp crown?
I feel like I would just hit up with the sharp crown, not realizing.
I like to hurt him accidentally.
Yeah.
Not
a good fighter.
You stab him right in the back of the neck, and he actually screams, goes, what are you doing? Ow! It's just guarding a door, and he falls over.
Oh God.
Oh no, serendipity.
Oh God. What did I do? I was just trying to help.
This will fix him right up. Pour it on
No,
the
not
wound.
that one.
Oh, no. It's the poisonous one.
Oh,
He shouldn't have gotten our way. Scooch him to the side. Drag it.
Mystic, was there anything that you wanted to do real quick?
I don't know if you'll allow this, but I would like to use my flashback ability.
Ooh.
So as a villain, I can
What? You're a villain?
do
I'm
a
shocked.
flashback. I roll a luck, but I would also with this I would like to do. Aren't you just a little ashamed of your ignorance and allow me to roll 2 times
Yeah.
my
Nice.
luck
Nice.
and
Nice.
pick the highest score?
Yeah.
So should I
I
roll
also
first and
took
then
that.
say what the flashback is in case it's like a fail?
Yeah.
Okay. Because then I'm sure the flashback will be less eventful.
Pretty's hair is so good right now.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
So 19 and a 16.
Ooh.
Both
Wow.
Yeah.
successful. So obviously taking the 19th.
Mhm.
So can I just describe what the flashback is?
Yeah.
Flashback. I figured this motley crew would figure out where I was keeping stuff in the closet. And instead of this being the poisonous stuff in the closet, I swapped them. So the ones they've been drinking are the poisonous ones, and the ones that are in the closet are not.
Wow.
Unexpected, but I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
Ooh. So do we see then unpoisoned energy drinks in the closet?
You see brand new, I guess still shrink wrapped energy drinks in this closet.
Mm.
I'm gonna take out my my multi-tool analyzer, and I'm gonna analyze these energy drinks to see if they are indeed poisonous.
Roll your
You're like-
thinkery.
Yeah, I will. Also, I don't know if you know this, but I know things. I never step in the same river twice, so I get to roll my no checks twice and take the higher one
Nice.
because I know things because I'm a
Nice.
spy, but nobody knows that. It's a secret. That'll be what is that? That's
8.
10?
Add your
Yes.
pluses.
19.
Ooh,
19.
19.
Yeah, you have a really simple machine, but it's really clearly indicating that these are not poisoned at all.
Blue pink. These aren't the poisoned energy drinks.
Then
What?
where would the poisonous ones be?
They told us they'd be here.
I'm gonna scan Chaz's energy drinks.
Oh, here.
Chaz's energy drinks are also clear.
Weird.
Interesting.
We're
Where are
gonna
these
have to
poison
scan
drinks?
these drinks.
Yes, every single one of them.
Yes.
What a,
We're gonna scan drinks in our in our green rooms.
Yeah.
Both green rooms.
It's at that point though that you hear someone like screaming, and it's coming from the Shadow Cat green room.
That sounds like something unsafe is happening. Let's go.
Let's go, team. Blue pink.
Blue pink.
Little dance.
So when you run into the Shadow Cat room, they're standing over Tom, who is really pale, lying on the ground.
Tom!
He's kind of frothing at the mouth. And Hellcat is next to him crying, being like, "No, you're not allowed to die. You're the only one of these jerks I even like."
I would like to use a special ability of mine.
What's that?
You're asleep, quick jerk to the neck, never feel a thing. That allows me, if I'm successful, I have a solution. I always have a solution at hand for dealing with someone, when things have gone awry because they've been possessed by a ghost, enraged by alien steroids, poisoned, whatnot. And so I'm going to bring out like a EpiPen, and I hope I can roll this and, free them from what's ailing them in a using my knowledge to MacGyver up something that'll help using Cheetos,
You.
Jolt Energy Cola, because that will cancel everything. And then also green M&Ms. Because I feel like that is doable. And I roll a 6 and a 4, so that'll be an 8 and a 6.
Oh.
So I'll go with the 8 to try
All
to
right.
save
I like
Tom.
So you
Rip
figure
Tom.
out how to force this solution into him, and he immediately starts vomiting. And he looks incredibly pale still, but his breathing kind of returns to a normal pace. And he's just kind of just very jittery, but very out of it. And then Hellcat is still crying next to him, while the other cats look on very nervously because they don't know what's going on at all.
Should we tell them? I think we should just tell them.
Do it.
Somebody's trying to poison all of us.
Yeah.
We should work together and try to find them and stop them.
Oh, you're right. I only rolled one die each time. You're so correct.
I was like, oh,
You're
is
so
it a-
right. I'm the worst. 13. Thank you. Papa
Oh yeah,
Tin.
you only did one die.
Just 13 to save
That's a
Tom
success.
Tom.
Yeah. They look just again. They start like looking back and forth, kind of very.
Yeah.
Very,
I don't know. We need to find who did this. They don't drink any of the energy drinks. They might be poisoned. And we're all in danger. All of the stars are in danger.
Yeah.
As is crying too because he's so emotionally charged from one of his fans being frothing, and he thinks that he is the reason.
Look, I can take care of this on this end if you take care of the villain.
It's at that point that just your manager comes in, and the manager looks incredibly exhausted, and it's like, we have to quit. I mean, one of the headliners is down, and looks over at you guys like, and you guys save the rest of them. I mean, that's just so wonderful. But I don't understand. Someone was trying to poison all of you. It's really weird. Who could do this thing? And it's at that point that you notice behind her that Barnaby has reappeared, and Barnaby is just kind of like, like shaking with rage. I was trying to kill all of you originally.
Barnaby?
No. And my plans got ruined by you, as they're always ruined by you. Especially her. Points at Mystic.
Me?
Look, I'm more a classic rock guy, but I was friends with AJRJ for years, one of his best friends, and those stupid energy drinks gave him a heart attack. And you promoted the energy drinks, especially you, and he points at Chaz.
They're so delicious.
But they're not healthy for you.
They say that you have to drink them in moderation. There's those little fine prints and everything. He just drank too many. That's not Chaz's fault. That's not any of our fault.
Yeah, don't blame the drink, blame the drinker.
Well, I blamed you, which is why I put this entire thing together.
Yeah, we picked up on that.
Yeah.
Look,
Well, good.
we can have different tastes in music. That's okay. Classic rock
it's
is
not okay.
Can I transform into handcuffs and handcuff him?
And I'd like to use my special action, call in OSHA to take care of all those poison drinks, to confiscate all the poison drinks. I've got a team.
I'd say, yeah, you do that. You just appear, and he just kind of flexes, and he's like, can't believe this.
I would like to use my ability to chronal, where I can kind of hop in time. I want to go back and grab a recorder and re-record everything he said in his confession. So now that we have his confession on tape, I hop back in time to get that.
Nice. Well, it's at that point that you've recorded his confession and you've got him arrested. His henchmen, who are really just unpaid actors, just all flee.
Those poor people.
And it's at that point that really Shadowcat can't perform without Tom. And also, they're just arguing nonstop now. So you guys get the set. You guys are the headliners.
Yeah. Just a little
Was there
crime
anything that
to get
anybody
us
wanted to
going.
wrap up? Just real quick before we wrap up.
Chaz, don't cry. We can do it. After all, what would your grandfather say right about now?
He just starts crying more.
He
hates K-pop too.
Oh.
I feel like if we really want to get back together, we should rebrand to Sing-a-ma-jig for real this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's time. I think it's time for the rebrand.
We need a new face. We need a new plan.
And we need
gotta
some
be on top
backup
again.
dancers. Shadowcat?
And join us for the rebrand. We can be an 8-person group.
Okay, yeah, like Hellcat's like, I'm really more the star though, so you're probably more my backup dancers. And it's at that point that you'll spend the rest of the hour arguing amongst
Figure it out in the contract. We get the contract written up.
All right. And that's a good stopping point for stage heroism.
Hey, that was so fun.
That was fun.
I loved it. You guys were amazing. Did not expect some of the choices, especially with Mystic out of nowhere being like, yeah, actually, I'm evil.
Look,
we don't know
it. They don't know it.
We don't know.
That's the beauty.
Because they got the
I just want to
confession
sing
from Barnaby.
and dance. And if I have to save a few people, fine. But that's not what I want to do.
It was super fun.
Yeah.
If you would like to play Stage Heroism, you too can. You can pop over. The link is in chat, and that also helps support us. If you click that link, I believe it is bit.ly/r4i Stage Heroism. So definitely go check it out. The Kickstarter's still kicking, so you can support over there and unlock some more goodies. I believe there's NPCs on the line potentially, so having more characters that we can play with would be really cool. So definitely go ahead and check that out. And of course, if you'd like to support us here on Roll For It, you can check us out at Roll For It in all the places, and follow us in all the places. We'll keep you updated on what's good, what's happening, and we also have our Patreon where you can get cool rewards in return. And then right here on Twitch as well as on YouTube, you can subscribe or become a member and get some access to emotes. And we have some more emotes coming, which I'm pretty excited about. Beyond that, we're going to go around and let everyone say where you can find them at, because not only do we do amazing content here on Roll For It, which we will be back next Wednesday, not Thursday. It's gonna be a little weird. It's back to normal. 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. GMT. We'll be here, but we'll also restream it on Thursday. Just so if you do miss it on Wednesday, we will restream it there. But yes, so going around, we'll kick it off with our first and foremost, our newest member to the channel, John Kennedy. If you want to let people know where they can find you at and what you're up to when you're not trying to murder us with energy drinks.
I just love how I had a plan, and of course I made it so I could change it on the fly, and then just things I'm like, man, I want to poison someone. How would I poison them? I need energy drinks. Love it. This cast was great. Loved running for you guys. You were all wonderful. You can find me on Twitter at JKMyth. You could probably find me on a lot of sites as JK Myth. Not always, but I got that one pretty early, and I guess my internet career or whatever. I record pretty regularly over with the Rook and Rasp crew. I just wrapped up a series based on X-Crawl called Rise of the Lucky Strikes. I also perform on The Voyages of, which is a Star Trek themed the live stream. And also I write for Modifius Entertainment. So I work on Star Trek and a couple other games. So you can find out my work over on Drive-Thru-RPG. I'm listed under 2 different names, but generally you can find me. So
awesome.
And of course, Stage Heroism, which is on Kickstarter right now.
Yes. And of course, let's move on to our lovely pink-haired. Well, we have 2 pink-haired. This is more purplish pink. The Pink Puma, aka Academic Foxhole. Where can people find you at?
Hey, I'm Trooper SJP. Woo! And it was so lovely. I just want to say somebody got the power of dance, which is, they just love to dance, which is kind of a quote from the movie Girls Just Want to Have Fun from the 80s, Sarah Jessica Parker. She just, Chaz just loves to dance, loved it. Love the recording of the confession, love it. Love the handcuffs, love it all around. Love our jamming, it was so great. They were
pink fuzzy handcuffs.
Nice.
That's great.
Nice. I also love that Barnaby took the fall for our supervillain Mystic. So Mystic Morpher, so good. We're gonna be so trouble later. You can find me actually in an hour, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. GMT.
Time zones.
10 p.m. GMT. No, 9, right? Central European. Anyway, all that goodness at Table Story for Tidal Blades. And you can find me on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern at Praxagora the Smophoria for a Witcher campaign, and 7 p.m. over on my channel, Trooper SJP, for City of Light and Shadow, a Fate French Resistance campaign. And everybody here is so cool and so awesome. And, drink energy drinks because they're good for you.
Oh no.
And also, no workplace safety violations. Don't do it.
All right. Next up, we've got our sidekick, Serendipity, aka Miss Magitech. Where can people find you at? when
Hello,
you're not,
everybody.
being Sprint's sidekick.
Sidekick. Yes, that was actually my role. If, in case anybody was wondering, in Stage Heroism, I was the sidekick. So just doing my thing, being the backup dancer forever sidekick. But that's fine. Sidekicks are cool. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
like even in the book it said,
Yeah.
sidekicks are actually cool. So I was happy to be one. But hi everybody, I am Tracy, also known as Miss Magitech, and you can find me everywhere, I guess, on the internet at Miss Magitech. I stream stuff sometimes, tabletop role-playing games. So if you're into that, feel free to follow me at twitch.tv/MissMagitech, or on Twitter or Instagram. So that's me.
All right. And of course, our hero. What are you doing when you're not sprinting about Chaz Sprints, aka Cobalt Streak?
So I'm a full-time streamer. I stream at 5 p.m. Central most days. On Tuesday, I play Pathfinder over on the Bubbernauts channel with Maggie. And on Thursday, we do Ascension here on Roll For It. And other than that, I play a lot of indie roguelike games, strategy. I'm playing Elden Ring like 99% of the rest of the world, trying to finish that up. And then probably going to check out some Tunic and Core Keeper, stuff like that. And yeah, I had a ton of fun. I think the sidekick comment at the start where it was like we just met up and I was like, oh, you look older.
Yes,
It's like,
that was
like Batman and Robin, like Robin shows back up and he's like an adult, but he's still like in his like spandex. And you're like, oh, you look different than I remember.
Yeah.
But I think that was pretty awesome. And I don't know, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
So much fun.
And thank you for having me.
And of course, I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places because that's where I'm at, and I'll let you know whenever I'm live. I also make video games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, and you can find it at Ashes of Creation in all of the places. And that will be it for us here on Roll For It. We hope that you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go check out Stage Heroism. It is fantastic, especially if you're looking for like a comedic RPG, with little superhero antics and battling. It's a lot of fun. So we implore you to check it out, and we shall see you next Wednesday right here, twitch.tv/roll for it. Toodles.